I am no stranger when it comes to supercars and hypercars in GTA Online. I've got my own little collection here. Some of them I love more for the way they look. Some of them I like more for the way they sound. And some of them I absolutely love for the driving experience. And when I'm in the mood for absolute speed, when I want an adrenaline rush, butterflies in my stomach, butt-clenching G-force coming out of turns, there's usually only one car I find myself getting into. The Emerus has been the fastest supercar in the game now for quite some time, barely nudging out the Krieger, which is all-wheel drive and more stable, but being rear-wheel drive and a little bit tighter, a little bit sharper around each corner. The Emerus has been the choice for me when it comes to absolute speed and going on a very spirited drive. But will the Emerus still be my #1 choice for all-out speed? Because now there is a new fastest car in GTA Online. However, there is one catch. It's not a road car. So what is it then? Behind me in this MOC transport truck is the new fastest car in GTA Online. Let's take a closer look, shall we? This is the new Progen PR4, the same in-game car manufacturer that does the Emerus. Both are based on its real-world counterpart McLaren, and this guy is based on the McLaren MP4, which was McLaren's top F1 car back in 1989 and 1990, and it had a massive V10 motor right behind the driver's seat, filled with all of the latest and greatest technology for its time. Speaking of technology, this vehicle in-game actually has a Kers Boost system, which stands for Kinetic Energy Recovery System. So while we're braking, it actually builds up extra power that we can deploy at the push of a button. And oh yes, we will be testing that during our test drive. Two things to be aware of for this vehicle is if you get in a small collision, if you hit another car and this front spoiler comes off or the rear spoiler, the handling gets much worse instantly. So you do have to be very careful while driving this. And the second thing to be aware of is this is in a new category that Rockstar created, open wheel category. So you cannot drive this with supercars in official races. However, I usually find myself having the most fun taking these fast vehicles just out in the open world online. So then, let's take this to the mod shop, to Los Santos Customs, see what we can do for customization. Hopefully we can get a bigger spoiler on there, and then we will see what she's got and see just how faster this is than the Emerus. You can purchase the new Progen PR4 on Legendary Motorsport for $3.5 million, which is shockingly expensive. And we're going to find out if it's any good and if it's worth any or all of that price tag.
What brings you in today?
Alright, let's do this. I do not think armor is going to help with the front and rear spoiler coming off, so we're going to go right to bodywork. Vent panels removed, that's down here. Looks like a radiator, something for the cooling there, so we can remove this panel. Whoa, MK2 body completely streamlines it, but I do like that separation there for that cooling. See what else we got with the lightened MK2 body. Okay, takes away the back there. Ooh, you can see the suspension. MK3 body, got that vent I do like that as well. And in the back here, it covers up the motor though, which not really digging that. Can do the lightened MK3 body, which is much better. MK4 body changes the lines, gets rid of those vents, and can throw the vents back to the front. Not really vented though. I thought the vented would have put the vents up top, but the vented opens it up there and changes the lines in the back. Man, I really wish Rockstar would have given us an option for these top vents with this side opened up for the radiator there. That is very unfortunate. I would have loved to have this with the top vents. And from the way it comes, I'm just going to remove the vent panel for that cooling, keep the back all intact. And I may come back to this once we check out the liveries, once some liveries are on this, and might check this bodywork section out again, but for now we will remove that vent panel. Brakes, absolutely. And look at this, we've got a new super brakes. I don't remember seeing that before ever. And of course it's double the price of race brakes, and it looks like it more than doubles the efficiency added to the braking, so we're gonna put that on for sure. Front bumpers, okay, so we can do a low front wing, medium, circuit attack, championship, maximum grip, and a legendary front wing. Here is a disclaimer for you guys as well, as I did hear that this does affect the handling in game. I'm not sure if it's for both open world and the races, the official races as well. But we're definitely going to put the legendary front wing on here. Engine level 4. Yes. Alright, let's see what we can do for the exhaust. Can either do stock or turbo. And I really can't see much of a difference. Looks like it just makes it chrome. That's too bad. There's only one option, but it is an F1 car, not a street car. So let's put the turbo exhaust on here. And I have a feeling there's not going to be too many customization options, but that's all right, because this is an absolute speed machine. F1 car, not a road car, so understandable. Let's move on to the liveries, starting with Jakey's Lager. This is a classic, and I do like this one. It is a bit vintage. Like the colors on it. Like how that goes with that open vent there too. Okay, I'm good. That's for consideration for me. Can do Sprunk, classic Sprunk. Team Lizard, or Lizard, however you want to say that. Douche Racing, very simple. Not nearly as many colors on this one, more clean. Oh man, Team Progen, this is very, very tempting. This almost looks modern, like a new one. Much newer design. Can do the Pisswasser Racing. Yellow, white, some black on there as well. Atomic Racing, okay, all one color, all blue on your primary paint. And Tenshun Motorsports, another pretty simple one. A lot of logos or sponsors on that with the black two-tone. Moving on, we have Estancia Tobacco. Look at this. This is definitely more upscale, more of a luxurious livery. Got the Rolex crown above the Estancia logo there. This one is pretty cool as well. And finally, Redwood Racing. A lot of people are going to pick this one, and how could you not? Redwood is so classic in this game, and the color scheme along with the design is an absolute throwback, and I am loving this one as well. And I am really on the fence right now between Redwood Racing, which I actually just purchased, and the Team Progen. On one hand, we have the classic throwback to the 1990 car. I could see this back in its day flying around the track. And on the other hand, we have the newer and meaner Team Progen, which really brings this up to date, makes it look a lot more current. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with this one. bring it up to date a little bit and make it look much more the part of a modern machine. Moving on to respray, we do have a primary and secondary color, so let's see what we can do. For the primary color, I was thinking about putting a gold on here until I found something that looks a bit better than that gold. Check this out. If we scroll down to where the browns are at, I was between wood beach brown and sandy brown, and I am going with sandy brown. Absolutely love the way that looks, and it even changes the front spoiler a little bit. Check it out. I'm gonna back out. You can see it's definitely more of a solid black now. And back to the wood beach brown. Boom. Absolutely loving this. And changes the side mirrors as well. For the secondary color, keep your eyes on the rear spoiler. Changes the top half of the rear spoiler back there. And I am going to match that with the wood beach brown. Look at that. Absolutely love it. And moving on to the rear spoiler, I've been really excited to check this out. We can do a shortened wing, which just shortens the sides of it. Rectangular wing, okay. 89 spec wing, that's in homage to the 1989 F1 car from McLaren. That's awesome. Can do a cutoff wing, which cuts off the corner of that. Wedge wing, small wing extreme. Ooh, I do like that a bit more. Angular wing. Can do an attack wing, a little bit bigger, a little bit more set to the rear. 91 spec, they must have had a 1991 McLaren F1 car too in this style. And large rectangular, large wedge, and last but not least, the extreme wing. And I'm pretty sure I heard online that the extreme wing, the higher you go in the wings, the more downforce you get, the better handling you get in game as well. So that makes it kind of a no-brainer to go with the most expensive options for the front and rear spoiler. Okay, let's get oh my gosh. So we have a super transmission as well.
You're gonna want to watch the clutch.
Not race, but super again. This is interesting. Turbo, do we have a super turbo? No, we do not. Just a standard turbo tuning, which we'll throw that on. Alright, let's see what we can do for the wheels. This should be interesting as well. So wheel type, we only have race. Stock rims, we've got the stock wheels. We can do classic 5. Striped. Retro Star. Looks like the second option just changes the color, but I thought we could change the wheel color as well. We'll have to look into that in a second here. Super 5R, again the second color variant. Speedster, that one's kind of cool. See what we can come up with here. Maybe the striped adds the rim separate from the color of the inside of the wheel. We'll have to check that out in a second. GP90, Super Spoke, and Grid Line. Snowflake, that's definitely an old school throwback for an F1 rim. These Speedster rims are so similar to the GP90 rims. Do you guys see the difference? Can you tell what's different between these two? On the Speedster, there's a lip. There's two lips. There's the big outer lip and then an inner lip. On the GP90, it's completely flush all the way through the back. But yeah, it took me a while to catch that. And I think I'm going to go with the GP90 for that flush all the way through look. And let's try out the striped and see if that outer rim stays when we change the color of the wheel. So if we go to wheel color, we should be able to change the color of these wheels, and look at that. It's actually the outside lip color that's changing, so the inside is staying that gunmetal black, and that is actually awesome. I feel like I've seen this on F1 cars out there. So I am digging this style. Let's see if we can get something to match what we've got here. Red would be good, but maybe more of a gold or a bronze. There's gold, straw brown. Yeah, let's go with gold. I like the way that looks a lot, actually. And if we go back to tires, tire design, yes, we can put these logos back on or change it up with Fukuru red, Chappelle or Chapal green. Very cool. And I do love the atomic logo that came on these, but I think to match the theme that we have, we're gonna go with the Chapal yellow. Look at that, it's all coming together. Absolutely loving it. And we've got two options left. We've got windows, which I don't see any windows on here. Oh, okay, so we can put, is that a little wind deflector built in? I didn't even see that this whole time. But yeah, we'll leave that as is, no tint. And the last option is windshields. Interesting, so we've got stock windshield, can get rid of it completely with the windshield delete. Can do the lipped cowl, where that raises the body right in front of the steering wheel. Black wind deflector. Painted, whoa, check that out. Or raised wind deflector, which is the glass can barely see it, but it is there. Compared to stock, it raises it higher. Let's see from the inside of the vehicle. So there it is, deleted without any windshield. And I don't like that as much. We can do the lipped cowl, which raises that up slightly. Takes away a tiny bit of visibility. The black wind deflector kind of surrounds us in the front a bit more. Painted or raised deflector, the raised glass. And I may very well end up changing this down the road. I do like how the black wind deflector looks a lot. But for now, we're gonna keep everything stock because I do like how you can see that steering wheel basically from all angles with the stock windshield. And that is everything, guys. All 17 categories. Not too much for customization, but I don't care. I really did not expect to fall in love with this thing as much as I have, and I am really excited to get out and drive it. So let's go outside and check it out in some more detail. And here she is, guys. What an absolute beauty. Again, really did not think I would fall for this F1 car as hard as I have. Really liking how it turned out. The yellow, gold, the red, front spoiler, rear spoiler. We are in a little missile ready to go to town. This is rear wheel drive. Let's very carefully position ourselves here so we can see that rear wheel drive in action. Look at that rubber on that tire, man. That should cause for some serious grip. And let's see if it can do some rear wheel drive donuts, some celebratory donuts. Oh yes, not a problem whatsoever. Love it. Okay, let's see if anything opens up on the vehicle. And nope, vehicle doors is grayed out, so nothing opens up. Don't think there's even any headlights, anything like that. This is straight race ready. And that is what we are about to do. So as always, it is time for my favorite part of these videos. And oh boy, this could be intense. Let's check out the interior. And this is wild, man. Just two fat tires in front of me. So much rubber on those tires. Feel like I'm in a death trap, so let's try and not die while we go out. Are you guys ready? We're gonna check out the Kers Boost and the handling and performance of the PR4. Let's do this. Oh, wow. That handling was unlike anything I've experienced. Acceleration is really good. Let's check out the top speed here. This is not a top speed vehicle, so it has topped out already. And it doesn't feel that fast going in a straight line. but this vehicle was not made for going in a straight line. So let's head back to that part of the map where we started the video in the Emerus and test out the handling on this guy. Before we do that, let's check out the Kers Boost. Okay, on the mini-map on the bottom left of the screen, there's a little yellow bar. That should be our Kers Boost. So let's see what happens here when this light turns green, as we've got these, look at these reckless drivers. They're absolutely running the lights. That's where all these problems are coming from. These guys don't follow the traffic rules, and here we go. Hit it. Oh my God. Let's brake. Did you see that braking? Oh man, let's hit the brakes on this thing. We do have the super brakes, right? Going top speed and brake. Wow. I am impressed. Now, let's try out the handling on this guy. And that felt way too easy. That felt like it shouldn't have been that easy. Let's see what happens here. No way. Dude, no braking whatsoever. And I don't even need the turnout part. That driveway I usually go wide through in the Emerus. This thing, there is no need. This is alien to me. I've never felt anything close to this with four wheels in GTA. Unreal. It's like a spaceship, man. Just point it where you want it to go. Oh, until you hit a concrete post. See how the handling changed without that front spoiler, if any. Yeah, did you see it? It wouldn't have made that turn. So that is good to know. I'm actually glad that spoiler came out because I felt it instantly. Very significant difference in the turning. And let's try this Kers Boost again one more time. There's the double clutch and the Kers Boost. Oh my God, I was not ready for that. That has got to be the fastest I've ever felt going in a vehicle with four wheels in this game. Let's hit this turn, no problem whatsoever. Alright, let's really see what this thing's got. Let me get in the zone here. Turn it around. And let's ride, guys. Let's ride. The thing about this is it defies everything you think is possible about the handling in GTA. I mean, look at this. This is mind-blowing. It should not be turning this good. When Bruffy did his test with the PR4 around a track, it was 2 seconds faster than the Progen Emerus, which might not sound like a whole lot, but in the top tier speed of the absolute fastest cars in the game, 2 seconds is an eternity. That is a whole lot of time. And I am feeling every bit of those 2 seconds faster in this car. So on to the question of, should you buy one? Should you buy the new Progen PR4? It is so expensive. It is setting a new high for expensive in the game, being almost $1 million more than the Progen Emerus. And do you get $1 million worth of extra performance when driving around? Yeah, you kind of do. I'm not gonna lie, as this thing is absolutely mental and it's blowing my mind right now. But do I see myself driving this more than I would the Progen Emerus? Probably not. If I'm driving the Emerus and I get in an accident, I hit another car, I don't have to worry about my front spoiler flying off and my handling getting much worse instantly. And the Emerus also feels like it has a higher top speed, which means I don't have to be hitting corner after corner after corner to get the excitement that I can mixing it up with top speed and handling. If you have an extra $4 million laying around to throw at something that you don't need, and if you absolutely love racing in this game, and if you want the highest sensation of speed going in and out of the corners, this is the car for you. And that is everything you guys need to know about the new Progen PR4. Definitely let me know down in the comments below if you guys own one, if you're planning on picking one up, what you think of the vehicle, and also let me know what you think about the price on this F1 car. $3.5 million is a hell of a lot of money, and it seems these vehicles just keep going up in price. So let me know what you guys think about that as well, and until the next time, you guys stay cool, keep on playing GTA, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys soon.